Happy Saturday. How y'all doing this Galentine's Eve? I'm showing off my shirt that I made the other night with you all. Thanks so much for helping me with that. I do appreciate it. I just want to get online here. Okay, so maybe if some people join me. Okay, turn off my sound over there. Okay, so I'm hoping we have some folks come join us. That would be great, because I have a lot of interesting things to talk to you about. So I hope you're well. I hope everyone's well. Are you ready for tomorrow, Valentine's Day? I spent most of my day finishing up some present bags that I had for Keith and for Mom. And I painted some surfaces and to get ready to share some projects with you this week. So I'm sure if you're interested in Chalk Couture, all you've heard about is this club. What's this club? Well, I got my club transfer in, so I thought we might create a project with it. And I just wanted to remind you a couple things about it and why it's great to become a member. So what Club Couture is, it's a monthly subscription service. You get a 8.5 by 11 size transfer. There is a different one selected every single month. It's $19.99 in the US and it's $26.99 Canadian. You as a subscriber also get some paste single packets. They look like this. They're about this size. And if you join up under me, I send you a nice little toolkit of some things that you're going to need. And you can create many things with these transfers. There was one last year that was kind of a wreath and had a deer head, and it said Happy Holidays. I must have made 10 signs with it for all my neighbors. It was fantastic. They're usually pretty seasonal or very inspirational, like the one you're going to see in just a minute. You get a free catalog. You always enjoy $4.95 shipping with any kind of additional order that you may make. And I would love to have you in my club. You get early access to any kind of sales that I'm doing in my VIP group, but also Chalk Couture does give specifically sales to club members, like right now. They have I believe it's a 15% off a Chalk It Up kit that you'll see, and that's only in the month of February. So enough talk about it. Let me show you what it is, and we'll get to the first project. I'm going to be doing 3 different ones utilizing this project, but the first one seems pretty relevant. So I'll show you my desk and we'll get right to it. Okay, so when you get your transfer, it's going to come in this envelope that I wanted to share with you. It does say do not bend. As a designer, we don't get the paste singles, but you'll get the 3 paste singles inside as well. My free gift to you once you join is a little toolkit. It's just my way of saying thank you for being a club member, and some surprises in there. So look out for the envelope. And like I said, the club ships free. It's $19.99, and that's it. Just a beauty shot of the catalog that you'll get with your, because we just had a release. It is nice to have a paper catalog and plan things that you want to make for your home decor or for gifts. That also comes from being a club member. So, and this is February's transfer. So what I have in front of me is the Aiden magnetic chalkboard. This is the one that comes with your kit. I actually did not measure it. The chalkboard is 8.5 by 11, but with the frame, it's 12.5 by 15.25. It's a nice size, but an 8.5 by 11 fits on there perfectly, and it's magnetic. So I chose my word of the year. Can you see that? It says create. I'm probably going to change it up. But what this is my vision board. And I got it together early in the year, and I chose my word. And what create means to me is that I want to create the life that I want. Thanks, Lila. It is a great deal. I want to create the financial success that I want. I want to create the career that I want. I want to create the life that I want. I want to do things that inspire me. And so create is my word this year. So I found this, I think at Michael's or someplace like that, and I just glued it to the top. So this sits in my little art studio, and I haven't done too much with it. I did take some clothespins, and because it's magnetic, and I put some magnets on the back so that way I could do a background, but also if I come up with things that are of interest to me, I can just, your goals change throughout the year, so that's why I have those. And then I also have some things that are important, like this little bookmark was given to me, and it has Ecclesiastes 3, chapter 3, verse 1 on it. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. I thought that was just, it's a good reminder, especially after the tough year that we've had. I also have some brand new paste that I'm excited to work with. I got in some of the Creamy Dreamy paste, and boy, they're not kidding. It's totally different. So this is the Couture Teal that I had recently purchased, and I'll show you the difference. And I also got in some Shimmer Frost, which I never had. And then I have some bright white paste here. So just so we can appreciate what is to come. So I'll show you. This is my old trusty bright white. You can see how thick it is. Yeah, I did okay with keeping up with it, but it's super thick, right? Here's the Creamy Dreamy. It kind of reminds me of sour cream that's been whipped up. It's pretty nice. And I'm hearing a lot of really great things about this. And then this is the Shimmer Frost. These have always been kind of that same consistency. I don't know if you can see it, but it is very pretty. It's kind of a pearlized white. So I thought we would use those three on our project tonight. This is the February transfer. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams and live the life you have imagined. Well, I'm creating the life that I want. I'm also living the life that I've imagined. I thought, and then these cool arrows. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do with the colors. And I already did use a scalpel to kind of take these apart. So I guess we'll go with it. Oh. I'm just picking them up and placing them down because I have to fuzz this still. And the reason that you want to fuzz it is so that it's not so, it doesn't stick too hard. You don't want that on your surfaces. Especially because one of the surfaces I'm going to do next is paper that's been waxed. So we're going to pick this up again, and we're going to put it directly on the fuzzing towel. I think I am going to use all 3 pieces of this for this project. So how was your day, Lila? Good, I hope. I think we dodged the snow. And so if you don't have a fuzzing cloth, you can use your jeans, you can use a t-shirt, you can use whatever you want. Just something that's going to put a little bit, I used a terry cloth towel before I had this. And you want to pick it up and put it down a couple of times. Everybody's talking about Club Couture, so I thought, you know what? I just got my club. Let's do a couple things with it. All right, so I think I'm going to follow the transfer for this guy. And I love that this is magnetic. Hi Trish, hi Evelyn. 85 in Florida. Fantastic. Hi Trisha. Keep them warm, I hope. I had a busy day. I had a lot of cooking to do and I still have some work to do. I have to put away my dang laundry. Am I the only one that gets tired of it? I mean, this will space out, but live the life you have imagined I saw that quote in the crafting community a long time ago, and I always did like it. And there's something on the back of my screen, I can feel it. It's from the towel. Yep. So all I'm doing is rubbing my finger over that silk screen area because I want that portion to stick really well. The rest of it, I don't mind so much. And my friend Danielle stopped by today, and I was gonna try and quick use this to make her a little tote bag, but she drives like the wind. She got here so quick that I literally, and it's fast to do that, but so I get to do it with you guys. Okay, so I'm thinking. I have too much to do. You are not kidding. So I'd like this to be a combination of the 3 colors. I like bright white on a black background. I'm not sure how much the arrows are going to pop with the shimmer frost. I mean, perhaps it will, but I was thinking maybe I would do, and I cheated and I stirred this up a little bit because I didn't realize that was the new formula. So I think I'm kind of maybe alternate, maybe do, so what we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think confidently, direction, and dreams ought to be in the teal, and that maybe live the life and you have imagined should be in teal. So I'm probably just going to pop some teal randomly through there, and we're going to see how that works. Now, as I understand it, you have a little more of a dry time, an open working time with this new paste. So we're going to test it out. And it seems a little bit thinner in formulation, but it's still very pigmented, which means it's still pretty easy. So we'll give it a shot. I kind of like the way it feels to work with. It seems a little easier, a little nicer. I don't know if we even need the bright white. We'll see. And it doesn't take very much either. Okay. All right, let's pick out some arrows here. Sorry, I'm concentrating. So, how did everybody spend their Saturday? Did you do something fun, I hope? Did you watch a good movie? Did you get some rest? Did you read a good book? Did you go for a walk outside? I didn't leave this house. But sometimes that's a good thing. All right, maybe that one. And then down here. Yeah, I had a long week, and it was very difficult for me to go to sleep last night. And I allowed myself to sleep in, which is not something that I ordinarily do. All right, I'm going to get the squeegee on here because it does look like it's drying a little bit. All right, let's hurry up. This is the Shimmer Frost. really pretty color. Okay, I'm gonna peel these guys up because and I have my pail of water right here, but I'm hearing that that's not the best thing to do. So I have the backer sheet. I'm just going to try and stick it on there real quick. All right. This is looking like it's drying, so I want to pull this up. And it really does stick. And I'm just going to pop it on the backer. And so far, I really like it. I really, really do. All right, we gotta hurry up with this guy. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the Shimmer Frost. I really like it. It spreads nicely. So what y'all think about my t-shirt? Isn't that a hoot? That was my $1 t-shirt from Walmart that I made the other night. And I have to say, I wish I had 10 more of them because it's so comfortable. I don't know if knowing that I only paid $1 for it makes it more comfortable, but I don't think it hurts. Right place, right time for once in my life. Okay. All right, I think that's got it. Hopefully this hasn't stuck too hard. Oh, I really like it. I really, really like it. What do you guys think? I'm just going to dry it, just the tiniest bit. If I can get my dryer over here. I love that this is on a chalkboard, that I can change it if I so choose in the future. This is all done with paste. And I have to say that new formula is pretty great. Makes it so it's very, very easy to do. I really like it. And I'm probably my worst critic. Okay, so there is project number 1. I do see I always see the tiniest place that I miss, and I like to grab my paintbrush, as you know. And of course, my favorite paintbrush eludes me. This one's too big. I thought I stuck it right down in here. I must be staring right at it. Oh, yeah, these are too big. You get used to one that you like. At least I do. It's a number 3 round tip paintbrush. And I thought it was right here. Oh, this might work. No, that's too fat. Well, when I find it, I'd probably come back in there and do the tiniest bit of cleanup, but I think it still looks pretty good. And so I just want to give it a minute to cure. And I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but I sure can. And so then what I can do is, as I go along, I've got my clips, and this is magnetic. So as I find these things for my vision board, I can just pop them on the top. And that'll be a nice background. And so there was also some magnets over here. I must have covered it up. So I'll put my little bookmark. And then these are actually just Christmas tree ornament holders that they used to sell at Michael's a long time ago. And I used them on tags forever because you could put a little ticket in it, you could glue it. So I had some magnets because they're metal. Darn it. I'm not quite sure where they are right now, but they're just some little magnets, and I had these sticking on there because I only had like 6 clothespins. So for right now, we'll just tuck them in there so you can put your little tidbits on there. So what do you think? I love it. I really love it. And I'm glad that I took the time to put something on there. So now I will be more encouraged to use my vision board. So that is something you can do with your Club Couture. So I'm going to put that where it belongs, up on the wall. The reasoning for the fuzzing. Okay, so these are very sticky transfers. They're very tacky on the back. Like you can see it sticking to my finger there. And when you're using a hard surface, you don't want it to stick too hard. So like you've seen me do things that are on wood as an example. I almost always wax the wood, and the reason for that is so I can lift up and not stretch the transfer. If you put a little bit of fuzz on the back, kind of helps it not to stick too hard. That way you can pull it up, and this can be used once it's washed properly. You know, I've used some 15, 30, 25 times. I mean, it's just in all how you take care of them. So that's the reason for fuzzing it. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to put this away, And if you guys don't mind, I do need to wash the transfer and dry it. And I can show that to you, how easy it is to do right in front of you. And then I have another little project that we can do with it. Oh, I like it a lot. Have it up there on my little wall. Okay. So I think I'm going to use some of these colors again. Maybe not, maybe the white, but I'm not sure. So as you all know, I have next to me a basin of water. And you're going to have to excuse me just a second because I am going to have to go and get one of my board erasers because I don't have that right here. So excuse me, I'll get one and then I'll show you how we go about cleaning these guys so we can use it again quickly. Okay, that was pretty quick. Okay, so this is my basin of water. This is a basin that I got at the Dollar Tree. It's just a plastic tub. It's pretty simple. And this is a board eraser. Well-loved one. So normally what you would do is you would take this and you would put it face down in the water. And now it's white because I've been cleaning stuff in it. And you're just going to go over the front and the back of the transfer, especially if you've used shimmer paste. And the sooner you do it, the better off you'll be. You don't need to worry about the staining on the teal part. Some colors, dark colors, do stain them. It doesn't affect how they're used at all. And you just kind of wring it out. So that's the back side, and I'm just checking the screen. And that's the front side, and then I have a little bit down here. So normally I would just take this right into under the sink under some warm water, and I would do this. Now I have a little piece of plastic. I'm going to put this face up, or I'm sorry, sticky side up as I go through the next ones. So again, face down. You want to do the front and the back. And these board erasers that we sell are really inexpensive. You get 2 in a pack for I think $1.95, something like that, $2.99. They last a really long time. I mean, I would say it's kind of like a Mr. Clean Magic eraser type of idea. These do work a little differently than those. I mean, same principle, but I don't know. I think they do a little bit better of a job for this application. So you do want to do the front and the back. Okay. Now there is a little trick when I'm doing it this way that I do that I'll show you in just a second. I've got one more to do. Okay, Trish. Thanks for letting me know. And it doesn't take any time to dry at all. You just leave them to dry. sticky side up. I have some from the bags that I made this morning that are drying in the bathroom there. And you wash your tools the same way. It does a little bit better of a job if you do it under running water, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm just going to pop this on my paper towel, sticky side up again. I haven't really thought this through completely. Okay. My tub rests on a piece of plastic. Okay. Now, what I do, if I want to use it again real quick, is I'm fortunate that I have 2 of these fuzzing towels. And you can see how wet they are. And we only mix distilled water with our projects. And I find when I'm washing in a basin like that, that's a little bit better if you just kind of go over it with a little bit of distilled water, just to be doubly sure. And then I flip it over and see, you can see that there's some there that I missed. And distilled water is very cheap, guys, so that's why I don't mind. I think I've had a gallon of it that I've used in this spray bottle for well over a year. Just keep it sealed well. I do see some sparkle in the screen there. It's okay. And I'm just going to hit this again. And it looks brand spanking new. The only thing with it is it's wet. So then as I mentioned, I have 2 of these. So this is just going to go in our bucket. And it's 2-sided. It has a terry side and a microfiber side. So when I'm doing this, I'm utilizing the microfiber side, and I just kind of like smooth it out. And I peel it up and flip it around. And then I just do it again. And that's how you can dry it pretty quickly. And I gotta wash these towels. And you can see I just picked it all up. It'll still feel maybe a little bit wet. But I find, see, you can see it sticking on the fur, on the fuzz, and to my fingers. It comes back very quickly. And that's it. And so then it just goes on its backer sheet that hopefully you haven't gotten wet like I have. What's that? I don't know. I don't know what that is. And I am not the best liner upper, so I tend to take, it has a matte side and a shiny side. So you're going to put this on the shiny side. And see, there's some paste on there. It's not the end of the world. And that is all ready to go again. Okay, so I did have an idea for another project utilizing this that I prepared for, so I will show you. We're gonna see how this goes. Okay, I've got my fuzzing tail on my leg, and we've got our cleaned transfer right here. Okay, so this is a journal book. I picked it up at Michael's. It was completely craft colored. It closes by a magnetic snap here. It was completely this color. I painted it today. The pages in it are many and also a craft color. So I have painted this, and I just used some Waverly chalk white matte finish no prep acrylic paint by Plaid. You can get this at Walmart. And I have waxed it as well. I have not waxed the first page, which I think I'm going to do because I have an idea for that. Where'd my wax go? Oh, there it is. And you can see that I got a little bit of white on there, but that's okay. So this is our wax. It's great for when you're doing paper and things of that nature. Or maybe a surface you haven't purchased from Chalk Couture. It's translucent. I have used it on paper bags many, many times. This is again to save your transfer so it doesn't stick too hard. Okay, but I have waxed the outside. So I thought it might be good for me to have a little book that I could put my craft ideas in or my live ideas in. And I know Live the Life You Have Imagined will fit. It'll fit right here. I know the arrows will fit, but I don't know if Go Confidently will fit. So we're going to see if we think it will. And I don't think it will because of this little hump in the spine. It will fit if I make it of your dream, which doesn't really bother me too much. Is this the spine? Yeah, that has the spine part too. Okay. But I did want to see something first. I wanted to see if Live the Life You Have Imagined would fit. Nope, missed a little spot with the paint. Well, that will not fit there. Might have to split it up. Or we might have to be satisfied with this, which I don't mind at all, because it's one of my favorite quotes, and kind of goes with my word. And I had another little idea for this too. I absolutely adore buffalo plaid. I just do. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get the placement for this. That we like. I really love it on the G there. And we're going to plaid the bottom and the top. Just to have something or we could plaid the whole thing. And then do that in black. Yeah, that sounds more fun. But I thought this might be more pleasing if we just did the bottom and the top. So I think I'm going to go with my first idea. We're going to do the bottom and we're going to do the top, and ooh, that looks real good as far as placement goes. And we're going to do this in teal because I really like it. And before I change my mind, I'm just going to go for it. Ooh, I really like that. I really, really like that. Okay. That's the second usage. I'm just going to tuck that on there. I'm going to grab my dryer. Okay. What do you think? Should I just do it in teal? Or should I do it in black? I don't think it much matters. I do have to exclude the spine though, because I don't think I can get it in there. And honestly, I don't want to try. So we're going to take it up to the spine and over. And I've still got some on the squeegee. So I guess that decision's made. Whereas before, when you were working on a project, it would feel like you would be scooping out the paste. I literally feel like I'm dipping into it now. It feels a bit different. And this journal cost me $3. I like it. Gonna turn it around. Try and line it up on this side as straight as I can. Oop. I'm being really careful with the edge. Or attempting to be. Yeah, I would say this paste goes a lot further in this formulation than it did previously. Excuse me. We're only going to right there, so might get a little problem where the seam is, but we'll just see. I don't think it's too shabby, except for maybe right there. But that's okay. If you're quick and you're utilizing paste, you can clean up areas with water. And I think that I waxed it. Yeah, I did. So I've just got a paper towel here, and I'm just hitting it with some of my water. It's distilled water. And if it bothers me, I'll just paint it. So we're going to dry that. I don't mind it looking a little grungy in spots. What I probably will do is I'll just knock it back with a little sanding cloth. Isn't that pretty? It's a great color. Thank you, Evelyn. I really like it. Now you're probably wondering why I did that first page. Well, yeah, probably need to sand that back. Well, I did wax it because I thought this might fit here. Ooh. You know what? It'll fit on the interior. And I think that's okay. I'm not saying I'm not going to do that, but I just had another idea. I was feeling like it needed something, a line or something. You know what? Thanks. This is called placement tape, and it's kind of like a washi tape consistency. You can tear it, and the reason I'm covering up my words is because I want to try and tuck in some of those arrows. It's kind of a little border. And I think I've got enough room, but I don't want to. Yes, I do. I have enough room. Alright, so I'm just gonna, and I think I'm just gonna keep it teal, which is fine. I was thinking about doing it black, and maybe I should have, but it's too late for that now. This is how you can use a piece of a transfer to make a completely different design. Kind of like it. I have to say I do. but look what I did. I completely peeled up with that tape because it hadn't cured. But that's okay. You know why? Because we can redo it. And I'll show you how to do that. Because this is a painted surface. I thought I was okay. And I've damaged my buffalo plaid too. This is why you gotta wax. And I did. Probably should not have done it quite so much. I should have let it dry a little bit more. But that's okay. So I'm going to dry up the arrows. Because I like them. And I can fix that plaid pretty easy. Funny because the rest of it's dry. So I'm not too worried about it because I painted this. If you painted it once, you can paint it again. And I like when I make mistakes and I'm live because I want to show you how fun this is and how you really can, you can correct anything that you do. Just because it didn't start off the way you thought doesn't mean it has to end that way. And I used to be such a perfectionist, but I have let part of that go. I'm trying to. And this paint dries very quickly. Especially if you help it with the craft dryer. It's almost dry right now. Okay. Now, I'll dry that up. Boy, I wish you were right on top of this because you could see it drying in front of your face. Kind of reminds me of embossing powder. That was the trick with embossing powder. You wanted it to melt. That's completely dry. Alright, now, so we're going to get the tape out of the way. And I do have a sanding block. I might take some more off. Make it look a little more distressed. Kind of like that look. We're just letting it cool down a minute. Now this is pretty clear. The screen is pretty clear. So I'm just gonna it just gives me the red ass because I had split this little crevice pretty perfectly on the first time through. But what you gonna do? This might not work. But don't know till we try. Probably should have washed it. And I probably should have done it in black, but kind of like our little teal book we got going here. Okay. It's pretty good. Like it. That's a second use on that transfer. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's running into the arrows a little bit, but it doesn't bother me. Okay, now just want to cover this up. I want to last a long time, so I'm trying to take some extra care with my jar. Thank you. Thanks for sharing, Noreen. Appreciate it. All right, now we never did use this. It's okay. Did I dry it? I can't remember. Now what I will do is I will knock some more of this plaid off once I get my sanding block. How come I can never find anything? You know what I have? I have a nail file. Oh, yeah. Kind of like it. The more I mess it up, the more I like it. Typical Laurel. Okay, now I kind of like that contrast. Kind of like to knock it back a little bit. So that's just the cover. Now, something you may know about me is I was a paper crafter, still am. Made some cards today, as a matter of fact. And one of the things that I loved to do, was to outline in black and white. Sometimes it was dots, sometimes it just was whatever. Sometimes it was a check pattern. But this, I think, needs some dots. And I think that it needs them right here. And all I have is a Sharpie marker. And I used to use Posca paint pens and all the fancy stuff. And I still have them. And I still love them. I think it just adds, I don't know what to tell you that it adds, but it does add something to me. Unfortunately, I don't really love the way those dots straightened out, so I did tell you there's nothing we can't fix, right? I just feel like this needs the tiniest bit of definition. And so I'm going to stick it on there. Yep. Like it better already. Not wide enough, you say? Easy fix. Why I like Sharpie pens is you can write over paint with them. Yep, there are no mistakes, in my humble opinion. There are only opportunities. So I think it needed that little bit of black so it would ground itself, personally. And I'm trying to think. I used to go to town. Everything had a checked border. I could show you art journals where I just went to town with my black and my white pens, depending. I'm feeling like the spine needs something. Like right in here. Might be as simple as a line. This opens this way. I still like the dots idea. And you know what? I think I like it right here. I like the dots, but I probably have a Sharpie pen this color. Meaning the teal. But I feel it needs to look more like one of those composition books. And the more you do, what I find is it's just simple little things, but it does help it look a little more finished. And the only person that knows that you drew on it with a Sharpie pen is you. Or, you know. Yeah, I tend to like that a little bit better. A little more defined. Okay, and I like that I roughed up the plaid. So what do we think? A little detail thing. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's kind of cool, huh? I like it a lot. And I'm thinking I'll probably put we need something here. And I really like this saying. I never use the first page of a book. I don't know about you guys. That's not going to stick too hard. I like that. All right, where's the black? Here you are. Boy, this is the older stuff, and you can really see a difference. We're just going to go for it. Okay. I don't think I missed anywhere. Not too bad. Only see one little spot to fix, so that's not too bad. Where's my pointy tool? Right here. And because I waxed it, I can fix it there. Eye's a little shaky. See, in the old days, what I would do is I'd put a border, a black and white check border all around this page. And you can make this like a little art journal, which is what I believe it was originally intended to be. And you see that bubbling up, that's just my wax. Don't worry about it, because it'll go away. Yeah, I might have to sit here and do that just for the sake of the good old days. I used to do a curvy border. I got that from a friend of mine. She's on YouTube as well. Her name is Rach0113. If you want to see some really interesting art, she is fabulous to watch. And she's an old friend of mine. So that is dry, and that's the front, and that's how we tie it together. So we've got our vision board, and we've got a little journal to put all our ideas in. And I do have a third project, but I'm not going to do that one tonight. I would encourage you to join the club, and I will be glad to post that over in my VIP group, the third project for this month's transfer. And this month, if you join, you do get a special gift from me, and it's good to the first 20 people. So I really appreciate that you guys came by and visited with me this evening. I hope you liked both the projects. I really do. This is a little artsy for some people, but I will use it. And I'm probably going to sit here and doodle a little bit to get this to remind me of days gone by. So thank you so much for watching. The link for the club is in the description, and like I say, there's a lot of benefits to joining up this month if you're at all interested. And thanks for sticking with me, showing you how to make it, how to clean the transfers, and also how to fix or change your design as the art would dictate. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you again maybe tomorrow. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day with everybody that you love. And I so appreciate it. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye now.